Welcome to Worgore TV and episode 72. I'm your host Adam and I'm joined by the wonderful Ben.
Hello everyone.
And we're going to be bringing you a game of Age of Sigmar 2000 points from the General's Handbook 2023 through to 2024. Now, of course, we can't go any further. We have to say a huge thank you to all those very impressive people, magnificent people that you'll have seen on the intro on the way in, our sponsors, our affiliates, and of course, our patrons. I thank you. You make this just fantastic. And of course, should you want to join them, by all means, don't forget, you can click, you can subscribe, you can comment, you can even have a look at the website, see if you'd like to join those fantastic people. Now, on with the show though. Now, tonight, I'm going to get big. I'm going to get scary. I'm going to be bringing the Sons of Behemat. We're going to be rumbling on our warpath. We're going to be smashing through. There's nothing that can possibly stop us, right? What you got?
I don't know, there's a lot of flesh on them guys. And
There
I'm
is.
bringing the fleshy to court. We are back.
They're back.
Deluded as ever.
Certainly deluded.
Ready to nom for the Summer King.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to be bringing in the Gatebreaker tribe, and you're going to be bringing in the
Gristlegore.
Gristlegore.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So before we get into those armies and see, the finer nuances of them, then we have to find out what actual battle plan that we're going to be playing. Now, there is only one that can tell us. Some say that he has the ability to transform into one of two things.
Okay.
Yeah. The first is a mighty lion with a golden mane. The other is a Citron 2CV. All we know is he's called the Cleric.
Power fucks. Across the realms, mages and sorcerers hunt the sites of pure power that birth the incarnates. And in Andor, many such sites lie temptingly unclaimed. In this battle, players can only score victory points for objectives they control if the objectives have been activated. At the start of each battle round, after determining which player will take the first turn, the player taking the second turn must choose which pair of objectives, either A or B, are activated for that battle round. You score in this mission as such. You score 1 point if you control one of the activated objectives. Score another if you control both activated objectives. Score 1 victory point for each activated objective you control that is contested by a friendly Andorian locus and that has no enemy Andorian locus units contesting it. Score 1 victory point if any enemy wizards were destroyed in that battle round. Score 2 victory points if you completed your battle tactic.
So, this is the Gristlegore Fleshy Courts list. We'll start off with the General, who is the Abhorrant Gorewarden. His spell will be Hoarfrost, and his command trait will be Master of the Menagerie. So he'll hopefully be bringing back some Terrorgeist with the 6 Noble Deed points. Just to the left of him, we have the Abhorrant Archregent. He has the spell Crimson Victuals. Hopefully he'll be casting some spells. Speaking of spells, we've got the Endless spell just to the right of him there. That's the Chalice of Usharan. That will hopefully be putting some ghouls back on the table, potentially healing up some heroes if need be. We've also got the throne at the back there, and then also the big bad Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. His spell is Flaming Weapon, and his artifact of power is the Grim Garland, and his mount trait is Horribly Resilient for them extra heals. Now the battle line of the army. We've got 3 Terrorgeists. Yep, that's it. 3 Terrorgeists. With the new points now, we can get a few more units in, so decided to go for extra Terrorgeists. And we've also got a unit of ghouls, now up to 20 in the new book, so a unit of 20 ghouls there. And then a Royal Zombie Dragon, just to fill out the points. Now, so I'll give him a go, so we'll see how he fares in this matchup today. We are in a core battalion, so it's a 1-drop, and we are 1980 points.
Fee, fi, fo, thum. I smell the blood of the flesh-eater courts. Here we are. We've got the Sons of Behemat, 2,000 points on the nose, in the Bosses of the Stomp. It's a 1-drop battalion, but also has the benefit of being magnificent, much like my dear Gargants, and therefore we get an extra artifact. So, starting with the General, Jotek. He's a magnificent creature. And even more so, he's monstrously tough as his command trait, giving him an extra 5 wounds, which I think is only right when you're the leader of a Gatebreaker tribe. Next to him, we've got the Dark Destroyer. Now, he takes the first of the artifacts. He has the Vile Manticore, giving him that +1 to wound on his flail. That's going to be smashingly good. Next to him, the next artifact carrier is Fury. Look at his feet. Aren't they calloused? That's his artifact. The Calloused Feet, giving us the extra attack, the extra Pip of Rend, and the flat 3 damage. Rounding out the beautiful collection is, of course, Burgon. Now, he's carrying the new item for the army, the Nullstone Icon. So, he's not a wizard, but he can deny, much like a wizard. And if he denies one spell, then he gets the chance to deny another one, which is lovely. Now, we've taken the Idiots with Flags as the ability for the Gargants in the Gatebreaker tribe, allowing us to have +1 to hit and +1 to wound, +1 to hit against anything with a command. So fingers crossed, there's lots of models with commands out there that we can get.
Round 1, turn 1, sponsored by 1. That's right, viewers, you guessed it. First turn, because Adam made me go first.
Deserved it.
Yeah. I'd kind of deployed for Adam to run at me. So I was a little bit unsure of what to do. Battle tactic wise, I decided to go for dominance. Because I felt like it was the only thing I could really possibly achieve. So we went for that. We tried to cast the spell which lets you, when you drop down, you can move D6.
We even went for primal dice as well, and that wasn't a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No primal dice.
No primal dice. Of course not.
Yeah.
No.
So after that and dominance, I was a bit like, uh-oh.
I could be in trouble here.
So yeah, we went for that spell on the Abhorrant Archregent. We cast it, and Adam decided to unbind it.
I thought, Burgon, the mighty Burgon, I thought, you know what? He thought, no. I've got this hand-carved non-stone icon in my hand, and I'm going to say, no.
And then we tried to cast the Showers of Usheron.
Sounds lovely.
He decided to roll a double 1.
Yay!
For which he took 1 damage, because I rolled a 1 on my ward save.
You can see a theme here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luckily though, he heals, so he's back up to full anyway. My Ghoul King on Terrorgeist tried to cast his reroll in the Maw, but
Burgon said no.
Yeah, again.
Because I'd already stopped one spell, so I was allowed to have another go to stop. Which I did.
If you're wondering what this little pink dice is, I forgot to mention this, my heroic action was Rousing Oration. So it's when you roll X amount of dice for the units around it and you get that many noble deed points. So he's got 1 noble deed point. My Archregent's got none because he decided not to cast anything.
Useless. Yeah.
And here we dropped down from the skies. The Gorewarden took up Pinky, the Terrorgeist, with him. So they've just dropped down there. The Zombie Dragon thought, you know what, I'll come with you, because Zombie Dragons get to do that at the start as well. So they've dropped there. So I'm holding this objective, and I'm holding this objective.
Because it's worth pointing out that I chose these two as the objectives that are live at the moment.
Yes.
That's it.
So yeah, I had to jump over here, try and grab that one. They've dropped down here, so I think I'm going to be fighting on all fronts in this next Adam's turn.
Because that gave you the 3 points.
Yes.
Because you scored 1, scored another 1, but you have a sneaky locus.
Yes.
Touching the objective there.
He's just chilling out,
Boom.
regretting the decision to drop as close as he has, but we'll see.
Gargant smashing time coming. Whoa! Sons of Behemat. Turn 1. So, felt kind of a bit confident after that. Possibly a little too confident. Seeing Ben's magical dominance just evaporate into the mist felt quite good. And those of us holding a nullstone icon thought, yes. So, going into the turn, what are we going to do? Well, let's pull out that new battle tactic. Let's drain their power. So, I have to contest an objective that Ben has with somebody that holds a nullstone icon. So, not a problem for me. Let's use Burgon and let's get up there and let's get handy. We did do the rolling for primal dice because we thought, it'll be funny. Yeah. We rolled, Ben didn't get 1, but I got 1 for the pair of us. But yeah, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, no wizards.
But no wizards, so it's not going to be a hassle. But we thought we'd just see what it does. Then we thought, well, we'll try to do a heroic recovery on the Dark Destroyer. No, his bravery is only 7. They're big, they're strong, but they're not that great in the head.
I went for the rousing oration.
That's it again.
And again, nobody's listening.
No, everyone's like la 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 la. Nothing's happening for the rousing oration. No one's aroused yet.
No.
So we thought, what we're going to do? Well, Ben split his forces. Let's split mine. So let's go 2-2. So as you can see, we thought we'd move the Dark Destroyer and Burgon up this way. Burgon hopefully taking this objective to get the new battle tactic. And meanwhile, Jotek leading the army and Fury would move on to this objective. As you can see, there's a few little holes. Things have sort of worked. But I'll be honest, it could have gone better, dear viewer. It really could have done.
I don't think so. But
I do. So we stepped up to here. We lobbed our rocks at the Abysmal there, at the Gorewarden, yeah. And we nearly got him. We hit him with 2 rocks, but Ben saved 1, and therefore he only took 1 rock. So we thought, oh, could have really killed a magic user there and a locus on the objective and got the extra bonus point, but couldn't quite get there. But we thought, hope is not gone yet. We'll charge in here. So we sent Fury smacking up into one Terrorgeist here, who incidentally had caught 2 rocks to the face, and it really hurt. We'd kind of like halved him straight away. That was 8 damage before we'd gone in. Then we did some impact hits as well. So there was a very, very badly wounded Terrorgeist there. Meanwhile, over here, Burgon went smashing in, and the Dart Destroyer decided to roll a massive charge, and we ran round the back of the zombie dragon, and we grappled him from behind. And meanwhile thought, well, we'll be within 3 inches of the Gorewarden. We'll probably be able to kill him too if we get really cocky, and did. So, we went into our monstrous actions, which are a big deal with the Gargants. Over here, we grappled the Terrorgeist, meaning that we'd be on strike last, but so would he. Over here, we tried to Titanic Duel the purple Terrorgeist. I say try, because you'll see in a minute, we did absolutely nothing in combat. Meanwhile, over here, we roared the pink Terrorgeist, and the Dark Destroyer attempted our other roar, the Earthshaking roar. Failed. That wasn't so good. So, where do we start first?
Start with all the ones over here.
Yeah, okay, we'll start with all the ones over here. We were feeling really confident. And Jotik, I think it was because he was facing the wrong way. There you go. That's why. You can see now. He's like, oh, a Terrorgeist. So he picked up his mighty flail and he flailed around. And we hit once. Then he went, don't worry about it, I'll hit him with it. And then failed to wound. So he said, I'll get my dancing feet and I'll start stomping. Yeah, that caused a couple of wounds. But we grasped him with the death grip. But no. So we caused a massive 4 wounds.
Yeah.
From a Titanic dueling Mega Gargant leading the army. Yeah, things happen.
Tinky was tough.
Tinky's the one. Well, we're not... This way. More fun this way. We were talking about the grappling with a zombie dragon. The Dart Destroyer, he's got the Vile Manticore, so he's got +1 to wound on his flail. So with the all-out attack shout, this'll be good. 3 spy 2s, down goes the zombie dragon in just 1 hit. Meanwhile, we threw our dancing feet onto the Gorewarden. We hit twice, wounded twice. Oh, but Ben saves 1, and it leaves the Gorewarden with 1 wound remaining.
He's taken 6 viewers.
Oh, so close to the perfect turn. Meanwhile, Burgon, with his Nullstone icon, started slapping into the pink Terrorgeist, Pinky, but only did he mildly better than his master, and put a massive 8 wounds onto that one there.
Just over half.
Just over half. So we've achieved, we've wounded, we've taken, but to be quite honest, dear viewers, I did kind of hope possibly one of these 2 wasn't here. It would have been really nice if we'd done a little bit more damage there. So I tell you what, why don't we just roll and see if I can steal the turn as well, because that puts me on 4, because I've got 1, got another 1, achieved my battle tactic, but I couldn't kill a locus, and I haven't got a locus. So, Dice to find out. Here we go.
Feck with a red dice.
Worgore TV! Oh, it's 5-all! So, Ben gets to choose.
Yeah, who did you make go first? Me?
Oh, no. I didn't. I mean, it was only because you wanted to. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No,
I'll take it. I'll take it. Feck, turn 2. No. Oh dear viewers, what a turn that was. Everything's dead, and I mean it. So, Primal Dice, nothing. Arousing Oration, nothing.
Hope and Will,
can't remember what I did. It's been a hell of a turn. I went for Surround and Destroy.
Yes.
Was a little bit about it again. I needed the Winds of Shaiish spell from the Gorewarden to go off, so I could teleport him and Pinky next to him, pop them down in the corner, be like, you're on that one, and run the ghouls back. Let's take a look. So, just to clarify, in case you think YouTube's done anything weird, yes, this was my turn, and yes, I have no Terrorgeists. I don't know what else to talk about. The Gorewarden moved over here, and I don't want to talk about anything else.
He did try to cast a spell, didn't he? It didn't work.
Yeah,
it didn't work. Let me try and help. That didn't work, so Pinky stayed.
Yeah.
He was here. Meanwhile, over here, the wonderful purple one was still in combat, and the king charged in.
Yeah.
That was going well.
Yeah, we screamed, because the king's got Grimgarwin, so -2 bravery within 9.
Caused a lot of wounds.
No.
No.
We did 5 wounds with 2 Terrorgeists screaming.
But then
some at bravery 5.
Then we got into the key bit of monstrous actions, didn't we?
Yeah. So, if you imagine Terrorgeists, Tinky was here, the Ghoulkin was here because he charged in. In Gristlegore, you get to pick a Terrorgeist to get the strike first effect, so you can effectively double tap. Adam decided with Fury,
that's right,
to make him the Ghoulkin Terrorgeist fight last.
Yes.
And then
he scrappled.
Yotek went, get out my way.
Yoik, pick him up.
Slammed him down somewhere over here. There's
the bloody spot there.
The pile of bones, yeah. So because of the fight last, mainly, it kind of nullified my strike first, because I don't want the king to strike last, because he's like my big hitter, really. He did get the spell off to reroll the more.
He did. He did.
Yeah. You can't forget everything. You forget the good bits when everything bad happens. So yeah, he had that. So I was like, I'm going to pick him to get a strike first, so it cancels it out, and then that way we just go into normal sequence of
play.
You go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So I went with him, and he did a good amount of damage.
Huge amount of damage.
He only got 2 6s on the maw, so it was only 12 maw.
Only 12 mortal wounds, which is only
re-rolling.
Fortunately, it was Jotek's finest hour, because that made absolutely no difference to 12 mortal wounds. But yes.
Yes. So yeah, the king here on his own put Jotek on how many wounds?
Jotek's now taken 30 wounds.
Yeah. So after all his attacks were resolved, he did hit quite hard. It was enough to kill anything else.
At which point then, Jotek thought, I can't let that purple thing swing at me again. I'm going to have to hope I do a bit better than 4 wounds this time. Yeah. Even though we were on -1 a hit, we managed to hit a couple of times, went through, and then dancing feet on him, and then death gripped him.
Yeah.
Just at the end. Death gripped him.
Took it right onto the wire, but yeah.
Yeah.
Tinky is no more.
He is gone. He's popped.
Pinky, however.
Oh
yeah, also.
Yeah, well,
he did a couple.
He did. He took Burgon up to 16 wounds there, even with his explosion, and then Burgon absolutely slapped him down there. Meanwhile, then we had a full health king practically, feeling like he wanted the fight, but Fury, with his calloused feet, smashed him into the ground, didn't he? Basically, he just he just didn't. You just couldn't save, could you?
No.
No, it was rather...
It wasn't even ones.
No, it was just...
It was more like the 2s and the 3s.
And the 3s, yeah. The -3 damage of the flail really doing its work, and just...
He had Mystic Shield on him as well.
He did, and it just wasn't happening. No. The explosion putting a few more splashes onto Fury there, taking it up to 6. But on brighter news, the Gorewarden did heal.
2 wounds.
2, yeah. 4.
So that only puts me... Hey, remember... I'm only 1 point behind. I'm still on 3. 1 point behind. Still in the game.
Because from that turn, Ben got nil point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know why? Adam decided that these 2 are going to stay as the objectives that score points on, because he went second. But I mean, I couldn't have let you go second, could I?
Yeah, because that would have gone really badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just move on.
Yeah.
Move on. We'll, anyway. Well, that was just, oh my goodness. I know Gargants are swingy, and I know the Terrorgeist can be swingy, but there's swings and then there's swings.
Yeah, I think the Gargant swung into the Terrorgeist, and the Terrorgeist swing was going the same way as the Gargant.
Where'd he go? Where'd who go? But anyway, see, we went into Gargant turn 2, and we kind of looked around and we were like, where's everybody gone? So Jotek was, though, still a bit dazed from the 30 wounds that he accumulated, going, I think I'm going to need to heroically recover, boys, just for a minute. And he rolls an 11, so that's not happening. For funsies, we rolled primal dice. I got one for the pair of us. Ben told me, well, I can't say it on camera, but he wasn't bothering. So we didn't bother rolling the primal dice. Funny story. Ben didn't take it well. But we thought we'd have a fun battle tactic. We saw the Gorewarden and we thought, could we go splat? And that's the battle tactic we chose. So, an enemy hero who is picked dies from a hurled boulder, rock, etc. And we've got 4 lads with big brocks.
But guess what, viewers? Yeah,
he's dead. We got him good. The first rock, he saved it. The second rock that Jotek threw, he didn't see it coming and he was smeared into the night. Well, then, with the battle tactic achieved, the Gargants kind of huddled together and went, that looks pretty. Let's go play with the throne. And, well, the Dart Destroyer, unfortunately, was too far away to get into the charge, but Jotek, Fury, and Burgon all got in. And, well, there's a lot of blood on that throne, a lot of new blood, and it's very feck-like in its consistency, shall we say. Yeah, so in summary, we hold 1, hold 2, scored a battle tactic, killed a character who is a wizard, which gave us 5 points. So that puts us on 9 plays 2. And does Ben want to roll for priority? No, Ben.
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay, viewers. I think for Ben's sake, we all need to cut to the conclusion.
Yeah. I'll wave the white flag.
Wait, fine. There we go. Conclusion time, folks. Well, wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
I had a smashingly good time.
I had a receivingly smashing time.
Good time. We added the further points on in Ben's absence.
Oh yeah, have I?
No, those are the points still.
Still okay.
Yeah, we still decided the fact that obviously I could go for smashing a piece of terrain and surround and destroy and intimidate, and then I had my grand strategy of being on the warpath, which would take 24 to Ben's.
How many was it again? Oh, 3.
Yeah. Anyway, what's your model of the match? What fake model was it?
Good kill on Terrorgeist.
It was awesome.
This close
to
getting the attack.
Yeah, see, if I hadn't had the ability to, roll and make sure that he struck last, it would have been them 2 fighting first. They'd have dropped, Jotek, definitely. It would have happened. He would have only had 10 wounds left to go, and then you'd have got through that with the purple one.
Did the extra wounds for being monstrously massive or whatever it is?
Monstrously tough. Well, it took him to 40. He was on 30 anyway. He would have had 5 left, so he wasn't dead. But it definitely helps, make it a little bit harder for you to chew through.
It's just always that little bit out of reach.
Just trying to do 40 wounds instead. 35 is normally enough to do anyway in one hit, but to then do 40, it's kind of a bit of a roadblock. It was just I just couldn't believe how quickly the Terrorgeist kind of just poof, disappeared.
They are squishy. As soon as you say -2, -3 rend, which I feel like in AOS right now there's a fair bit of.
Yeah, no, there is,
it
started here. I mean, equally, had the turns of being swingy the first time Jotek swung his club at the purple one and just 4 wounds and that was it. Yeah. Meanwhile, on the other side, a zombie dragon just got one
flail, bang, dead.
Naughty zombie dragon. Didn't see it coming. It was, and the double didn't happen for me.
No.
But in a weird way, it did.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't officially my turn, but it felt like I had 3 turns in a row there.
Yeah.
It
Well, I mean...
it was ridiculous. It was kind of like, you were like, oh, let's do this. Oh, everything died.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back, do you think possibly bait and trap with 2 coming out would have been better?
I don't know.
To prolong it? Or maybe to go down one flank rather than the other one?
Maybe I shouldn't have dropped onto both objectives. Maybe I should have pushed one side more than the other, but...
I mean, we were both on one drop.
I was just scared of just
getting...
pushing one way and then you just collapsing on the other side, where I just had the heroes and the ghouls that I needed to get noble deed points to try and either bring back Terrorgeist or the feeding frenzy bubble.
Yes.
So...
Yeah, no, it's valid.
Hard.
It's easy to say with the after the game, we both had basically big monsters that were almost going for it, and just.
I think the hardest bit of that game was the monstrous action.
It took so long. It took
I do that there.
This got special. I'm going to be Scrapple. No, I'm going to Colossal Slam. Then I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, and then I'm going to roar.
Yeah,
and then.
Oh, by the way. Fight last.
Oh yeah. God damn it! And now I roll 1s. Okay, well that was a waste of time. Yeah. That was it.
Do you have a Gargant in the match?
Well, each one had their moment, but I feel I want to give it to Burgon, carrying the Nullstone icon. I feel I want to give it to him. He got the battle tactics. He led the flank charge round there. He encouraged the Dark Destroyer on. He went in and ultimately put the final blows onto the Archregent in the throne. It's hard to choose a player of the match when you've technically speaking only had 2 turns. But equally I could give it to Fury on this flank, who took out early Terrorgeist.
He did all the strike lasting.
It was down to him that he really upset the entire effect. So possibly Fury deserves the nod with his callous feet, sort of really putting it in. He actually dropped the king. He made the king strike last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. So I tell you what, Burgon, noble mention. Fury's taking it. Jotech needs to learn how to put his golf swing back in, because he really messed up there. He really did mess up.
And that new battle tactic.
It really encouraged me to go, not just go default going for an arcane tome. Yeah. It was kind of, now it actually meant if I could have one, have a Nullstone icon, I can actually walk around with it. There's a valid tactic, go contest an objective that an opponent already has. So rather than thinking, oh, well now there's a tactic, if I take an arcane tome to go to play Magical Dominance, I forego that one for one that maybe I can know when I can definitely get it. Yeah. Rather than hoping 2 dice.
Always the tricky one.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Are you in range? Yeah. Am I going to get a primal dice? Obviously, I can choose beforehand, but am I going to roll a double 1, which I do a lot.
And when you've only got 4 models and you've got to have one
just
stood over here,
30 inches away.
You can't just get dispelled.
Whereas this way, straight away, when you take an objective, I knew that I could just come out, drain the power. Woomph, my battle tactic, away we go. So that felt a little bit better for me with the Gargants. So yeah, I definitely like that being on Burgon. Definitely like the Calloused Feet. There's quite a few options as well. The Amber Totem could have come into play if I'd used that, so that I could run and charge. The shield with the ignore -1 rend, and after saves any 6s bounce mortal wounds back. That's a valid one as well. So there's quite a few nice ones really.
I think the fact that you go down in points again.
No, you've already got enough Terrorgeist. Yeah,
240 for a Terrorgeist GW. That's where it's.
Don't listen to him. Yeah. He's just deliberately crashing a Ferrari to make it look like, and then you're just got a resurgence all the way through. I mean, to anybody else, if you'd put 30 wounds into a unit.
Oh yeah.
It was just that that's a big model type thing. It was one of those things, and
I do feel like Feck in this new book is much more better at playing your horde armies.
Possibly, yeah.
Because you've got the Scream, the Throne stops you inspiring presence.
Yep, that's very strong.
Yeah,
against hordes.
It's better at dealing with units rather than
big monsters, as it were.
Monsters,
it could easily just devastate a unit with no inspiring presence and the screaming and all the rest of it. So much more runs away. If you were playing Gits, for example.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Low bravery.
Yeah,
Get into them when they're not under the moon. Nice.
Yeah, definitely have more than 3.
Yeah, definitely. But, well, hopefully you enjoyed that as much as we did. Well, as much as I did.
It was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. If so, don't forget you can check out some of our other videos that we've done, or by all means, subscribe, comment on this one,
Hit the bell.
hit that bell. Have a look on the website, the future tournaments that are coming up. By all means, get down to the studio, sign yourself up, come in, play on the channel. Come see us. We're not that bad. Yeah. No, we're all right. So come along, have a game.
I'm bad.
He's a bad man. We did bad things. But anyway. But yes, until next time, bye.